Ever feel like the housing market is stuck in a loop lately? Like we're all characters in a sitcom that just got canceled mid-season? Yeah, me too. Prices are high, inventory's rising, and everyone's just kind of waiting. Well, welcome to 2025 real estate, where confusion is high and closings are low. So let's talk about what's actually happening out there. In Central Florida, we're seeing a mixed bag. Sales in Seminole County are down 2% year over year. Orange County is essentially flat, maybe a slight dip. Lake County is off, down by 3%. And Volusia, well, someone must have reminded people that it's by the beach because sales are slightly up, about 3%. Not bad, but not exactly fireworks either. Now, zooming out to the state level, things start to look more like a subplot from a suspense thriller. Net migration into Florida is slowing. Yes, we're still gaining people, but not at the pandemic era pace when everyone seemed to sell their soul for a Florida zip code. Builders are sitting on more inventory, and the pool of out-of-state buyers is in fact shrinking. Yes, speaking of inventory. According to a new Inman report, inventory has now doubled in nearly half of the county's largest housing markets. That's right, I said doubled. Twice as many homes sitting on the market while buyers are all looking around saying, maybe next month. And while the Fed, all the while, is being asked to give us a break, but Jerome Powell's decided that they're going to keep rates exactly where they are. Again, rates are around 7%. But Powell's approach to the market is starting to look like that of a friend who's refused to admit their loss but won't ask for directions. They're calling for Powell to be investigated by Congress. Yeah, seriously. According to another Inman article, they're accusing the Fed of deception and economic sabotage. And even the FHFA director, Bill Pulte, is in on it. The industry's so mad, we're basically watching a political thriller unfold in the Federal Reserve. But here's the thing, they're not wrong. Historically, when inflation cools and the housing demand softens, rate cuts follow. That's Econ 101, all right? Economic conditions are saying cut. Powell's sitting in the director's chair yelling, hold. It's like watching someone try to reboot a franchise that should have ended 3 years ago. It's not a good look. Meanwhile, Fannie Mae is trying to keep it classy, projecting that rates will fall slightly at the end of the year to maybe 6.1 and closer to 5.8 next year. But listen, home price growth is expected to rise, 4.1% this year, 2% next year. All of this doesn't mean that deals are happening. They are, but from my perspective here in Central Florida, you've got to be turnkey or niche or have some kind of unique value proposition. Right? But the average homes that need repairs, they're sitting. And they're not just sitting, they're going through price drop after price drop until someone finally bites. Right now in Florida, homes are seeing an average of 2 to 3 price reductions before they sell, with cumulative discounts around at least 5%. So here's my advice. Sellers, don't roll the dice. Invest in your home before you list it. Fix the obvious stuff, make it shine. And buyers, waiting for rates to fall isn't a strategy, it's a stall. Look at what you can do now. Build equity, refinance later when the rates come down. The sooner you get in, the sooner you start building long-term wealth. So yeah, the market's weird right now. It's dramatic and frustrating and it's occasionally funny, and sometimes it's like, this can't be real, but opportunities are still out there. You just have to know where to look. As my partner Ferris Bueller once famously said,
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
And in real estate, it moves even faster. If you blink, the house you loved is under contract, the next one's $40,000 more, has 3 offers, and smells faintly of regret. So look, do me a favor, stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The market rewards action, not hesitation. Because in this business, if you're standing still, you're already behind. So listen, if you want to get in the business, if you want to get in the market, give me a call.